more than you as a grown man ever been through.
What are you?
You're a victim.
I completely agree with Shara because it is a fact because we are not men. We couldn't tell them how to urinate and turn around.
I taught my son how to pee standing up, and he taught his brother how to pee standing up. We not know, but y'all probably taught your son sitting down.
We can't.
My son never sat down.
Yo, Charlie, listen. Charlie, this your final warning, or you getting off?
I'm done though.
Yeah, out of here, Charlie. You out. Peace.
Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast was recently having a tough conversation with these lovely, well-adjusted, right, feminine, deeply feminine young women. Where's he at, by the way? He's somewhere over here. Yeah, but he was recently having a conversation with, there he goes right there, having a conversation with them in regards to the importance of young boys having masculine fathers in their life in order to properly turn that boy into a man with strong morals, virtues, values, what have you. And the young woman who eventually got kicked off / she stormed off was fighting for, as what they usually do, that men are not necessary, that she has examples in her life of aunties that have raised boys, so forth and so on. Cooley got passionate and got active. Nevertheless, this conversation, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below. We're going to start about 10 minutes into the conversation. So without further ado,
who do you...
Yes, they do.
So, okay, so who do you think are the buyers of sexuality? Who do you think are the consumers of sexuality? Stop speaking, and listen. Think before you speak. Don't just respond. Think before you speak. Who do you think are the main consumers of sexuality, men or women? If there is men that consume sexuality, obviously the market for women to sell their sexuality is going to be much bigger than the market for men to sell their sexuality.
True.
So what I'm saying is facts. You don't have to work. You can sell and still make it. You do never have to be a bum. Do you see homeless chicks on the street? No. If there's any homeless chick on the street, it's by choice. She don't gotta be homeless. She got a that she can sell.
What?
Ain't got to sell. It ain't working. So what I'm saying, the male experience is much different than a woman experience. You live life on freaking easy mode. You don't get it. You can't raise no son. It ain't happening. You don't understand the male experience.
the only thing I'll disagree with him there is that having to sell your guts is not necessarily living out on easy mode, but I get what he's saying because he's saying that men don't even have that option, right? So nevertheless, let's keep going.
So you speaking like, well, yeah, I can raise my son into a boy. You're not raising your son into a boy. I'm trying to wake you up and give you the reality that you ain't. So the only thing you can hope for is maybe some nigga that you can bag as a stepfather to raise that for you. And if not, you better hope that God is with your son to raise that to a man. If not, he ain't being no man. He gonna be like all of these other whips that y'all chicks complain about. Sassy boys. Oh, these feminine. Oh, they're leading me on. They're selling me a dream. They're not being masculine and telling me the truth. He's gonna be like one of those niggas. The niggas that y'all chicks complain about. What are you talking about? You raising a boy into a boy. He will never be a man.
Can women raise boys? Yes. Can women turn boys into men? Absolutely, unequivocally not. The same way I can't turn a young girl into a woman. I have no idea what it's like being a woman. I can talk from my experience about what men generally want to a woman, but I don't have a damn clue of what it's like being a feminine young woman. So I can't teach a young girl how to be a feminine. Like it's logical, right? But the reason he's so passionate about this is because he was raised by a single mother. So he understands the detriment, he understands the negativity, but in a culture where many women don't understand the value of men in a relationship, and especially within families, you get responses like this.
I agree with him.
And I was about to say, I'm a female that grew up without a father, and like just saying based off of experience, so I could definitely vouch for that.
I'm agree. I have a 5-year-old myself.
I agree.
A boy. And,
she said, I agree. Now y'all all agree. Okay.
Shira been agreed. She been agreed.
I agree with you.
Freaking passionate and have a vein pop in my head.
You can't tell me I agree. I've been through probably more than you as a grown man ever been through.
What are you?
Let's listen to that again. That's important.
I've been through probably more than you as a grown man ever been through.
I've been through probably more than you as a grown man ever been through.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Oh, she done started the competition for masculinity, which a lot of them often do. Let's proceed.
What are you talking about? I'm the nigga that I'm speaking about. I was raised without a father, and guess what? I had to discover manhood on my own. You don't know that.
For you to say
I couldn't
that
sell my. I couldn't get on a stripper pole.
You ain't
I had to do it on my own. That's a different reality.
So I know for a fact what I'm willing to, what I'm able to do.
I am a top 1%er and came from Rawway Projects, did it on my own. You are anecdotally speaking now. Since you wanted to speak anecdotally and talk about Cooley, you probably never been through what I've been through. Well, guess what? Maybe our experiences was different, but you could rely on your I couldn't have to rely on
I relied on my pussy.
I'm just saying you could
Definitely
have.
straight packs and straight outside. Definitely call write my name right now and see what's under my belt though. I've never been a girl to sell no pussy. I've never been a girl that make it seem like that I'm just a feminist, a female ass girl that's crying at home all day and that's all my young boys hear. That's not what they hear. They talk structure and a whole lot of different things.
No one's saying that.
Say I'm not gonna be able to raise a man. That's crazy. I watched the whole my aunt do it. Her son is it.
No.
This will often happen in conversations, and not just from a platform perspective, but in y'all real lives as well. You say something that is generally true, she takes it, internalizes it, and it makes it about her specific life. And more often than not, they do that because there's truth in the things that you say, but their ego out-prioritizes their logic and is trumped by emotion. And if you as a man do not pick it up as it's happening, then you're going to find yourself either not arguing the original point because she done deflected, she done threw the pylon way down the goddamn scrimmage line, or you're going to pull your hair out trying to make logical sense over irrational behavior. Let's proceed.
If he became a man, he discovered it on his own.
By herself. She did it herself. And no man was there. She did it herself. She don't have a sassy son.
As a female,
she don't have a sassy son.
You can raise a son.
You don't have a sassy son, bro.
As a female, you can raise a boy.
But you can't turn him into a man.
But you cannot raise a man.
That's the point.
I do not know shit that it takes to be a man. I don't know what it comes to have an ego as a man. So I can teach my son the best way I know as with a man that I look at.
Okay, well, let's hear her perspective real quick. Ladies,
I completely agree with Shara because it is a fact because we are not men. We couldn't tell them how to urinate and turn around.
I taught my son how to pee standing up. And he taught his brother how to pee standing up. We not know, but y'all probably taught your son sitting down.
We can't.
Let her. Yo, Charlie, listen. Charlie, this your final warning, or you getting off?
I'm done though.
Yeah, out of here, Charlie. You out. Peace.
If it's discipline, if it's certain things that a man just can teach. It's the power of a father and it's the power of the mother. Just point blank period. But that's why I said, y'all can do a good job with a daughter, but not as well as the mom because there's certain things about the female you guys just don't know. Y'all can know and read, educate from that. But female-wise, it's certain things from our breast, from our cycle, from our mental, from how our emotions change. The men can't do that because y'all are physically men. But as far as giving them a certain nurturing, fathers are good for that because us women, we need our father, and we can see that with Rumor, with myself. I don't know too much with Shaw's situation, but we are women that did not have our fathers in our lives always.
It's a shame because I don't think that the disagreeable young woman heard what she said very clearly. You can raise them, but transitioning from boy to man is the topic of the conversation. As ridiculous as what your example was, let's just take it from there. You had to stand up to show your son how to pee. That right there should tell you the importance of having a man in your life. But see, that's the thing, is that when we devalue men within our lives and the importance of having them involved, you begin to cope by any means necessary that you alone is adequate enough. Now, again, while exceptions exist, or you can always bring up some anecdotal story about someone, the numbers don't lie. Matter of fact, let's go over some of those numbers. Now, mind you, as I read these off, the place that it comes from is right after the stat. 43% of U.S. children live without their father. In the black community, it's like 70%. 90% of homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 80% of ARPists motivated with displaced anger comes from fatherless homes. Matter of fact, I did a video about Melissa Ford and Joe Buttons arguing over Anthony Mackie's statements in regards to masculinity. And Melissa Ford couldn't connect that if you have fathers, if you introduce strong layers of masculinity, you will reduce significantly the amount of assaults and ARPists that are in our society. Well, Ms. Melissa Ford, here goes your data. 71% of pregnant teenagers lack a father. I guess that's more specifically to women, obviously, since it's talking about pregnancy. 63% of youth self-deletes are from fatherless homes. 85% of children who exhibit behavioral disorders come from fatherless homes. 90% of adolescent repeat arsonists live only with their mother. 71% of high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. And the list, it goes on and on and on. So again, when we take a look at this content and you see Cooley's passion when talking about this particular subject because he came from a fatherless home, and we see certain women, modern women, buck up to what is facts and the importance of having a man, teaching a boy how to be a man through her ego, through her own mistakes and getting pregnant by someone who never wanted her to begin with, then you begin to understand the problem. No doubt that the unruly woman is teaching her son how to act just like her. A worthy father is critical for the development of a young boy. These women got to get a lot better at identifying, if they want a family, identifying what are the qualities that make a good father, as opposed to identifying how tall that he is or how much money that he has in the bank. It is clear, the more that I do this content, that the values are completely topsy-turvy and come from, anchored in, utter debauchery. Guys, again, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description box down below if you want to go check out the remainder of the content. And last but not least, guys, join my men's self-development community up on School. Link to it down in the description box down below, especially if you have a focus on building wealth going into the future. That's our main focus in 2025. If interested, click the link, beam up, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace!
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value man.